Invader Zim is a television show that ran on Nickelodeon from March 30th, 2001 to August 19th, 2006. Its primary demographic was for teens and young adults, however there was one episode by the name of Dark Harvest that supposedly inspired murder. The episode's plot revolves around Zim trying to seem as human as possible. This sparks an idea, and Zim decided that he must be human inside and out. So he stalks to school, taking organs from all of his peers and replacing them with other objects such as alarm clocks and soda cans. Dib attempts to stop Zim, but in the end, Zim walks free and Dib is portrayed as inhuman. The episode doesn't seem to cross the line considering the show's target audience, however it supposedly inspired Scott Dialski to kill his neighbor Pamela Vitale when he was only 16 years old on October 16, 2005. She died after suffering from blunt force trauma. Dialski was arrested 5 days after Vitale's death, and during the trial it was revealed that Dialski fantasized about breaking the necks of children and beating them. He was also interested in the human body and how it could possibly work without the presence of certain organs. The Invader Zim episode was also cited, referring to scenes and comments made in the episode. Dialski was ultimately found guilty of all charges, including first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Although this one may not come off as creepy or disturbing, this episode from Tiny Toons Adventure is definitely not a usual one. It was originally intended to be a PSA that stresses to keep alcohol away from children, but this concept eventually turned into an episode called One Beer. The episode starts off with Buster finding a beer in the fridge. He then pressures the other two kids, Plucky and Hampton, to drink it. They eventually find themselves in a park, drunk after a few sips of beer. Plucky then decided to steal a police car that is parked outside of a donut shop. After doing so, the three find themselves in a police chase up a mountain, and eventually Plucky drove the three off of the mountain, straight down to their deaths. In the last few seconds, we learn that the children are fine. Despite this, the episode was still banned after only being aired once. A series of films by the name of Scrappy was produced from 1931 to 1941. It stars a little boy by the name of Scrappy along with his infant brother named Oopie and his dog Yippee. There was an episode that was produced early in the series called The Little Pest. The episode shows Scrappy and his dog going fishing, but Scrappy's little brother wants to tag along. Scrappy refuses, and he repeatedly tries to shoo him away either with his dog or by punching him. Oopie eventually gets his way, and he gets to fish with his big brother, but after several failed attempts to catch a fish, Scrappy throws the infant into the water, letting him drown as he walks away. Scrappy eventually saves Oopie, but not because it's the right thing to do, but because he is afraid of the consequences. After retrieving and reviving his brother, Oopie says something to the effect of, "I want to go back into the water." Then Scrappy proceeds to throw the baby back into the water as the screen fades to black. I know I have discussed this one before, but it's honestly hard not to at least mention the Tom and Jerry episode by the name of Blue Cat Blues. As I have talked about this one before in previous videos, I will give you a quick rundown of the episode. Tom is seen by Jerry sitting on railroad tracks, waiting for the next train to come by and take his life. Jerry flashes back to what drove Tom to this point, and he reveals that Tom gave up his possessions and his finances, and he even sold himself to slavery for a girl that he loved. Despite being given all these things from Tom, the girl still rejects him in favor of another, richer cat. Jerry takes this and reflects on his own relationship, but that is cut short when he sees that his own girlfriend just married another mouse. Jerry joins Tom on the railroad tracks after this, and the episode ends with the sound of an oncoming train. Many people say that SpongeBob episodes started going downhill after its 4th season, and this episode from season 7 only enforces that argument. The episode that I'm referring to is called One Course Meal, and it starts with, of course, Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. He comes close to succeeding, but Mr. Krabs' daughter, Pearl, comes in and terrifies Plankton, causing him to retreat. Mr. Krabs uses this newfound knowledge to his advantage and uses this to keep Plankton from attempting to steal the formula again, but he goes too far, causing Plankton to have vivid nightmares, to pretty much go insane, and it even caused Plankton to attempt suicide.